really got to educate not just investors, but also the market to these new technologies and tell them what we're doing and how it can help and help their yield. Yeah, I'm Simon Deacon, CEO of Light Science Technology Holdings.
And what does the business do?
We have two companies in our group. One side of the company called UK Circuits and Electronic Solutions, based up in Manchester, manufactures electronics for various industries, from pest control to aviation, the electric car industry. And we really design and manufacture motherboards, electronics in that factory going forward, which is exciting. There's about 70 staff up in Manchester doing that. And on the other side of the business, we provide products, technology products, into the CEA market, controlled environment agricultural market, which it might be lighting, it might be sensors, and we try and capture all the data in an enclosed environment for a farmer and make sure that he can grow his crops and get more yield out of his crops.
And how did you come up with this product? How did you get into this?
I'd been in lighting for the last 29 years of my career, and over the years we were involved in point of sale lighting, and about 3 or 4 years ago we got involved up at UK Circuits, providing a product for a vertical farmer who was would be one of the largest in the UK at the time, who was doing a vertical farm, not out of a glass house, but actual enclosed construction. And we provided a bespoke lighting solution that company. And that's how it sprung out to being Light Science Technologies. And we saw that there was a huge opportunity to grow the business in the market. It's a massive growing market of over 20 billion over the next 4 years. And so we decided that we'd create our own range and create our own company. So we've got a manufacturing side, and we've got a side which is creating product and designing product for that space.
And talk to me a bit about I suppose the sale process with this. So when you're working on the agricultural side, just by its very nature, the customers are fairly sparse and spread out. So how does it work in terms of approaching the right people, and how open are they to new tech?
In the CA market, they're really open to new tech. Technology's moved on, and it's come down in price a great deal to make it happen. You know, if you look at the glasshouse industry, which has been around for hundreds of years, you know, you're using natural sunlight, but you're still under control of what the weather pattern's going to be. And we find a lot of people, if they're doing polytunnels or if they're in the glasshouse section, that they're restrained and can only grow for 7 or 8 months of the year and not all year round and fulfill all their contracts. So they're open to these new technologies because they've come down in price. And if you can help the yields, if they can actually grow vertically in these spaces as well, then it's all for the better. It's, you know, you're cutting down the miles that food travels, which is really important for the environment.
Absolutely. And it sounds like it ticks a lot of boxes for investors in terms of that sustainability piece, the innovative new tech and so on. So what was that process like in terms of securing funding for this?
Yeah, the market's very buoyant for investors who, you know, can see that we've got to change the way on our lifestyle, the way we eat. You know, individuals, the way we eat, our dietary habits are changing. We're eating more salads. Humans weren't designed to eat meat. We were designed to eat greenery. And at the moment, we produce an awful lot of food. Probably about 30% of the land is being used to produce food for animals, which we then consume. So, you know, there's big dietary changes. The population is increasing around the world. There's pollution happening in the ground, especially. And we need to change. You know, carbon's a big story. Capture that carbon and put it back in the ground rather than polluting the world. And so there's huge amounts of investment going in at the moment because we're a changing world. We see that, you know, the combustion engine will disappear out of cars in 10 years. That's quite remarkable to be able to see that. And so life is changing for all of us, and everybody around the world has got to change their habits and change their lifestyles to adapt to these changes to save the planet.
Absolutely. So, and you use this as part of the narrative when approaching investors, then I assume. And how did you select the right investors to approach on this?
We're looking for investors who have got green credentials. We qualify for EIS and VCT. So, we're a good investment from that point of view in investing. It's, as I say, a good global increase in market share at the moment. The market is very buoyant, especially with medicinal plants. You'll see coming onto the market and license being allowed by the government to grow that. It's happened in America. It's very strong. But we need these medicinal plants for medication use, and we've seen that in the vaccines as well. So for investors, it's a real good opportunity at this stage because it's a real big growing market, and hope it continues.
And talk to me a bit about your role in the business and how that's changed as the company's grown.
We're a larger organization now, so we've got a lot bigger structure in place. There's just under 100 people in both organizations. So we're a lot larger than we were. I think it helps having two sites and two separate businesses from the point of view. We've got a clear manufacturing arm, which is here in the UK. So we're not reliant on foreign manufacturing. We can do it all here in the UK. Which is good, building British, which is nice. And from here, we're quite local from anywhere to fly into Europe or globally. But my role's changed, I would say, in the fact that I'm doing more media coverage because there's more content out there. We're educating. We really got to educate not just investors, but also the market to these new technologies and tell them what we're doing and how it can help their yields.
And what are the real challenges in that going to be over the next, say, 12 months or so?
I would say Brexit takes a part in that. Getting goods from around the world to make products is definitely harder. I think we've all seen that. So there's one challenge. I think educating and making sure we've got a clear message out to the market, how we can help them will really make a difference. So I think those are really two key areas which are making sure that we get that message out there and educate people are going to be the challenges.
And how has COVID affected the business?
It's actually made it stronger. We were helped out and supported the NHS by making certain products for them when they were making building the Nightingale hospitals, which we were very proud to do. And so that the business and other products and other sectors of the market have been very buoyant. Pest control especially has been very buoyant. And for us, people have been at home rather than offices and in warehousing. So we've been very fortunate. I know others haven't, but we've been very fortunate that our products and services have still been required and that we still managed to be able to produce them during the COVID period.
Perfect. And for those listening, and to finish off, where can they find out more about both yourself and the business?
Definitely, please go on to LinkedIn. Light Science Technology is on LinkedIn. We have a very good website as well, so please visit that. But we're putting up good coverage over the both spaces that we sort of dominate. We're also on Twitter as well. So please take a look at our website, Light Science Technologies, and also on LinkedIn.